to land the big left hook. You see, Al-Dazza bringing his hands forward because he wanted to react to the jab.
Minute 30 left. And he goes again, Club.
The second to the round, number 3, he is the winner by TKO, still undefeated, and now.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to episode 17 of Coffee and Combat. I'm joined in this hotel room by Derek Hickey, a legendary Irish MMA referee. Very nice to agree to do the questions with us. So, first off, Derek, just tell us a bit about yourself, your background in combat sports, and how you got into MMA refereeing.
Kind of my journey is a bit different than a lot of people. I kind of got into MMA before it was kind of mainstream popular, maybe 2010.
Yeah.
I'd just been through the whole kind of system, detention centres, adult prisons, juveniles, the whole thing from maybe 15 on, and I got to a stage where I was in my mid-20s and I had kids, and I needed something to kind of focus myself away from causing problems and boredom and things like that. And I think I'd seen Cage Warriors. I think it was in Neptune Stadium. The Conor McGregor, I was up there at the Conor McGregor fight in Neptune Stadium, and then I started googling MMA gyms in Cork, and I think there was only two, the MMA clinic and K2C in Blackpool, which is now SPG Cork.
Right.
And I just got my brother and bought all the gear. That was my first thing. I just went away. I came in. The lads called me full kid wanker since I walked in the door. All the Venom gear. I had fucking Venom gloves.
All the gear,
no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
And just walked in the door. And I think that was the hardest part, like sitting out in the car and saying, you have this idea of what a martial art gym is, and you're assuming that it's all these big guys inside the cage kicking shit out of each other, and you know, like there's nothing more humbling than realizing like that
It's not like that.
other people are going to beat you up, like, you know,
Yeah.
because as a man, or even coming through like the world we live in, or where I grew up, you always kind of think your ability is 100 times better than it actually is.
Yeah.
And to go in and then to suddenly be
Yeah, a bit
humbled by
humble,
some fucking
yeah.
17-year-old is just, you know, it's not good for the soul. And I just walked in the door, and from then on, just trained for a couple of years. And I don't know, competing wasn't really, like, I had two kids then at that point, and I ended up just doing a Mark Goddard course in 2014 after the Conor McGregor fight.
Right.
And that just seemed to be something I became interested in, not realizing that it was going to come to this stage. It was just to have my own little part in the community and do kind of the novice events and just help out where I can.
Yeah.
And it just kind of grew from there.
Deadly. So you fell in love with it, and then since then it's just at the snowball into what you
Yeah.
probably never would have imagined. Like,
Yeah, you know, and it's
yeah.
given me something, like, I don't care about, like, obviously getting paid for shows, and you know, as time goes on, obviously you need to be compensated for your time away from home as I got older. But like initially, that was never the
main goal.
Never the main goal. The main goal was kind of to do something and just preoccupy myself and do something constructive instead of
Destructive.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
destructive.
get involved with the community and have a purpose in that community. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
just
class.
anything, yeah.
So, what kind of training and certification do you have to do to become an MMA referee? I know you said you've done the Mark Goddard course, but was there other stuff as well?
Yeah, so when I first started, I don't think there was really certification. There might have been some in the US, but within Europe, like we done, it was a seminar more than a course. It was just a certification of like completion. And then after that, I think 2016, I wanted to progress, and IMAF were doing certifications through Mark as well, which was kind of 2 days. And I went and completed that in Northern Ireland. Danny Core was running a course up there, and I completed that up there in Belfast. And then I moved into the IMAF scene. So I think it's getting more structured now, where you have the IMAF certifications, national bodies have their own certifications, the ABC have their certifications, and people like Mark run international high-level courses. And that's always where I push people for. There's no point in learning from an average person. Like if you're going to invest in yourself, go and invest in the best.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
So it's probably started off like, just say for all the word, it started off like a safe pass course in the beginning, and now it's more regulation in and more levels to it.
Because the name on the cert, as in, like, it doesn't matter if it's, let's say, IMA or Emma, or it's who teaches the course.
Yeah, that matters.
You know, that's what I think. The signature on the course means more than the actual brand of the cert.
Yeah. So what are your primary responsibilities during an MMA fight?
My primary responsibility is fighter safety. So my job is to keep fighters safe from once the inspectors leave until they come back in.
Right.
My second responsibility is to make sure that the playing field is safe and it's a fair environment. So watching the rules and regulations. I don't get to choose what the rules are. I don't get to choose what the procedures are. A lot of people will like to talk about a referee making a decision. Oh, he should have let that go on. He should have left that fight. There's procedures in place in any sport.
Yeah.
And we've got to keep the rules, whether we agree with them or not. There's rules that I don't necessarily agree with, but they're the rules, and it's much above my pay grade or powers to be changing them, you know.
Yeah.
And as soon as those rules are changed, I'll implement those rules then as well.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the next question then. Was there any times you had to make a difficult call, say, where you deemed the fight are not fit to continue, but they're trying to fight you to let themselves continue? What do you do in that situation, like, you know?
That is every fight.
Every fight,
because it's a different type of person.
Yeah, they don't want to stop.
That gets in there. Sometimes my job is to keep them safe from themselves.
Yeah.
They don't go in there to show the world how tough they are. We know how tough they are, like how much they put into training, their weight cuts, even just taking that walk and stepping in there. They've not more to prove. But my job is to make sure that they go home safe. They have a family, they have kids. They need to be able to go back training. Amateurs, they need to work the following day or go to school or college. And somebody has to make the bad decisions, and it falls on me, and usually then the backlash falls on me as well.
Right,
you know,
yeah. How do you deal with that? You just brush it off. You don't look like the type of person that let a body like.
It can bother you, especially like the bigger shows where you make a decision and there's clips and it's just comment after comment
Journalists the
after
next day,
comment.
and
It's not even journalists, it's guys that are sitting at home on their couch
Well, them as
telling
well,
you how you're,
yeah.
you know. And you just kind of push through it, you know. A week later, somebody else.
You're on the next one.
Yeah. It's just your
Rolls
turn.
off.
That week is your turn, and next week is going to be somebody else's turn.
Yeah. So obviously you've refereed on big shows all over the world and loads of big promotions as well. But can you remember what the most memorable or the best fight you've ever officiated?
Yeah, so I've refed fights all over the world, and I've judged, and I'm in
You're a judge also,
I'm in
yeah.
a good position where I'm one of the very few who actually referee and judge on major promotions. So it gives me more work, and it gives me another area. But I still think the best fight I ever judged on was actually on the cage legacy. It was Peter Queally and Derek Dalton.
Right.
And I remember it being, I gave 2 10-8 rounds, one each way, and then the third round, scorecards were covered in blood. I was covered in blood. It was just a back and forth.
Yeah, war nutrition.
Yeah, and again through the IMAFs, I've refereed and judged 700-800 fights in IMAF, but I don't actually have the names. It's such it's like a warehouse of fighting, you know.
Yeah.
There's no walkouts. It's just the best
like
amateurs
the
in the world
amateurs
fighting each
yeah.
other, and there's no music, there's no like fluff and glamour.
Yeah.
It's just a fight.
Yeah, it's like in the national stadium with the amateurs in the boxing. Like, it's just one roll on, roll off. That's it. They're out then.
So you might remember the occasional fighter's name that comes through it, you know, because they've gone on to the UFC and like some huge names come through it. You might remember the actual fights, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's so many fights that I've gone through it. I think it's the Derek Dalton and the Peter Queally that stand out to me.
And where's the maddest place, say, that being an MMA referee or judge has brought you to? Like, I know, like, you get the glitz and the glamour store, but where's the maddest place you've ever been to?
I think Tajikistan was. I went there for an IMAF, and again, it was a country I never even heard of.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I started googling it, and I remember at the hotel that they were checking under the vans coming in for bombs.
Right.
And my cards wouldn't work. I was told Visa cards don't work over there, and
It's a mad kid.
yeah, nice country,
Right, yeah,
beautiful
nice
country,
people.
but it was just different, you know. And again, I like traveling to places that are different. It doesn't have to be my best trip or my favorite trip, but it's just an experience.
Of course,
and like at the end of all this could finish up tomorrow as a referee. You know, you never know when it's, you know,
The arse will fall out.
Yeah, the arse will fall out of it, and I'm just going to happy with the memories, and that'll be, you know,
Class. And what do you like to do in your spare time? Obviously, this is a busy old job to be in, and you're traveling away a lot of times. So when you're at home, you have a family. Like, what do you like to do with them in your spare time?
I actually don't have spare time. I have a full-time job on top of this.
Yeah.
So I do shift work in a pharmaceutical company, so it's 4 12-hour shifts, 2 days, 2 nights, and then usually when I'm off, I'm traveling or I've got shows on. My other spare time, my kids are both teenagers now, and my son is getting into martial arts. He's kind of been on the mat since he was born, but now he's at an age where he's finding it interesting, so I like to bring him training and do a bit, and just watch him enjoy it, you know.
Deadly.
My daughter's 17. She's not really too interested in doing anything with me anyway, so it's and that's it. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't have a small friend group that I've grown up with. But I don't do anything other than this.
Just this. I'm walking.
Yeah, not in the gym. That's
good,
it.
good stuff. Yeah. Current favourite male or female fighter on any scene, amateur, pro, that spring to mind?
Favorite fighters.
Current or past?
For a long time, I actually really highly rated Brendan Loughnane.
Right,
like, it's great to see him get his
His dues,
his dues. But I think he was so like, it was just a big miss, like on other promotions' parts. Like, because, you know, he's not the. He's
not a household name.
He's just a fighter. Like he was born and bred to fight, and I really enjoyed watching him fight. And I think Dakota Ditcheva is going to be the next biggest. I got the referee her in I shouldn't know what country it was.
PFL last one.
It was in the PFL, but I ref one of her fights, and I think it was only her second or third fight in the PFL at that point. Like, but I think in the next 2 to 3 years you'll see her
flying.
Yeah.
So that's just nearly us done there now. But what advice would you give to an aspiring MMA referee? They're looking at you saying, "Geez, he's a busy old lifestyle."
As a referee, I am probably in the 1% of, like, not 1% as in the best, but the people who get to do this and make an income from it and get to travel and experience this, and you don't get into this job expecting this.
Yeah.
This is something that there's so many different things come into play. You know, you have to put in the hard work, you've got to invest. I spent a lot of money traveling to IMAFs and traveling up and down the motorways and staying in hotels, and you know, just that's not been covered by shows in the lead up to this. And you need to have a good team around you, you know, put yourself on a good officials course without me going on a Mark Goddard course and having Mark Goddard as a mentor within IMAF and him getting to watch me and see that there was potential in me to, you know, to do a good job, because again, when he puts his name to you, you're responsible for his reputation as well, you know.
He signed off on you, so you have to.
And all these opportunities, it's Aries, PFLs, he opened all the doors to them for me. So without that, I wouldn't be here. It doesn't matter how good I am, you have to have a network, you have to have good people behind you, you have to have a lot of integrity, and you have to do what's right. So even if you don't feel, you know, even if there's pressure on you to do something, if it doesn't feel right, you don't do it. And if you've got to walk away from a show because they're not meeting certain criteria, or they're not meeting certain safety standards, or if they're not meeting the rules, I'll walk out of the show. That's it.
Deadly. So you have to uphold your integrity the whole way.
That's it, all you have. You can't get that back. So once you lose it, you'll never get it back.
Of course.
So your integrity is key to everything. And then your reputation will come after that. You know, but if you don't have integrity, you won't have a reputation. So that's how I see it.
Are you looking forward to the show tonight?
I am. It's just another show. Aries always put on a great show. Paris, probably my 70th time here over the years. So between my wife is a Disney fanatic, so we're over and back all the time. And I've done many shows, PFL, I've done plenty of Aries, and just traveling here. So it's always a great city.
Yeah.
And Aries put on a great show as well. You know, it's like clockwork for them.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it myself, and can't wait to see it in the Octagon tonight.
I'm actually judging tonight.
Oh, you're judging tonight?
The suit is ironed and it's up there. I had surgery a couple of weeks ago, so I'd sparring. I got a body kick and I'd pushed my intestines.
Seen that on the.
So I'm out of. Shout out to Ryan Bland for that body kick a couple of years ago. So I'm out of action reffing until probably April.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're behind the cage tonight.
Judging. Yeah, it's good. That's
see you on the big screen.
I'll be there. Yeah, in the background, just like I like it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, great show. Looking forward to it.
Deadly. 100%. Thanks very much for doing it.
Thanks, lads.
You're a legend.
Cheers, thank you.
It's great to have a chat with you.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
very much. So.